Hello! I thought today we'd do a little watercolor supply care tutorial. How do I take care of my supplies? I get a lot of questions about that, and it's a very valid thing to ask because you spend money on your supplies, you want to take care of them, you want them to last. So of course, it makes sense. The first thing is, and I get this question all the time, so we're going to do a little art science related to this. Let's say you get your brand new, beautiful set of watercolors and you want to make a puddle of paint and you find that it just beads up, like you can't make a puddle. Let's see if this one will do it. I'm not even going to take the time to open all of the new paints. We're just going to grab some color from the existing set. You can see, like, I have made many a puddle on that one with no problem. Same kind of tin. So let's just say we put it right here. See how it's like wicking away? We can add water to it. It kind of makes a puddle, but it also, like, all of the paint wants to just kind of pool up in one area. So this is the question. Why does it? Why does it do this? So this happens all the time with a new palette. If you're using any kind of plastic or tin palette, you will find that this is the case. And it just needs to be kind of broken in, like seasoned, if you will. And once this surface gets dirty and scuffed up, you will be able to make better puddles. So if you want to speed this process up, I have heard that we can try using a magic eraser. We're going to try it. There are two, this is the art science part, okay? So there are two different things I've heard to try to speed up this process of seasoning the palette. One is to scuff it up with a magic eraser. So I just put a little bit of water on here. And let's just see if we scuff this up. I think you can also use steel wool. I don't have any of that, but I would assume that would work. I don't know. Who knows? So that's test one. Let's see if that makes any difference. I actually think that did help. You can see it's kind of pulling away at the sides where I didn't get it as scuffed up, but I would say magic eraser works. There's one solution for you. We're gonna go ahead and try the other solution just because I'm curious about it. And that is to scuff it up with a little bit of toothpaste on a toothbrush. And we'll just see. I'm just going to clean this out. Go ahead and clean this one out too. And let's see. That also worked. Okay. So that's with the magic eraser. This one's the magic eraser. This one's the toothpaste. And this one is with nothing. Art science. If you don't do these two steps, it's gonna break in eventually. After you use it a few times, you won't notice that this is happening anymore. So that's our first tip. This is not as cool because it's not science, so I'm just gonna do a voiceover. But once your palette gets to this point and you're like, whoa, what do I do? You have a couple choices because you could just keep painting with it. Like once you re-wet these paints, they are just watercolor paints. So if you mix up a color that you like one day, you can let it dry and come back to it the next day. But at a certain point, they start to get real crusty and you wanna just clean it up. So you just spray it and then you wipe it out. I do this at my desk all the time. I just spray it and wipe it out with a rag or a paper towel. And it is good enough to start fresh and make as many puddles as you want to make. Beyond this though, if you want to get it like super duper clean, then it's time to move to the sink. Welcome to my kitchen. Okay, so let's say that you have wiped out your crusty, dusty watercolor paints, but you're feeling like you just want it to be like freshy fresh. You want it to be new. So if you have a set like this, your center tray probably comes out. And then you can see like mine is not, it's not as dirty as you might think, actually. But so your little tray comes out. So you can set this to the side while you clean out this part. I literally just run it under the tap and rinse it out. And I kind of use my fingers to rub at that paint to loosen it, but it should come off pretty easily. And then if you want to get really detailed, you can get a Q-tip and you can use that to just get in all those little grooves. You just run it along the edge and it'll clean it right up. If you're using a tin, it is going to get stained, and you can use a magic eraser on it to try to get some of those stains to come up. I don't find that I can get it totally clean, but you can clean it up some, and you can even spray it with bleach. This cleaner has bleach in it. Just make sure that when you're done, you really rinse that bleach out because you wouldn't want that to get into your paints. I just set that to the side to let it soak for a bit, and then I work on the paint tray, and you can use the little tabs on the side to bend them back so that you can get to your paint pans, and you can see they are very grimy. So I just take all of them out, and then I run this tray under some water and do the same thing that I did to the tin. And I get that Q-tip out again, and I use that in all of those little nooks and crannies to try to get as much of the paint out as I can. Then it's time to clean out the individual paint pans, and this is a little bit trickier because you could run it under the water, but you do run the risk of losing some of your paint in the process. So I usually just take a paper towel and wipe it down. You can also use the magic eraser on it, but honestly, these are going to get dirty again super fast. So while you might want to really detail it and make it perfect, and you are free to do that, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that here. We're just going to get it clean-ish and then put them back in. If you have colors like this that have other colors mixed in, just wipe it out with your paper towel. Dampen the paint a little bit first, and then you can just dab at it. And that's the easiest way to clean it up. If you run out of a color and you're using a set like this that has like the little removable pans, you can buy a replacement pan. Like if you're using my set, I sell the replacement pans. Or you can buy tubes of watercolor. And I have another video on this somewhere where basically you just fill the pan with a tube that's a similar color, and it'll dry eventually and it'll work just like this. So that's another option. If there are colors that you find yourself using all the time, you might want to just buy a tube of it so that you can just keep refilling pans. You can also buy these little pans. Like you can buy like 100 of them for a couple dollars on like Amazon. And you can make your own custom palettes with tubes of watercolor if that's what you would like to do. Now that they're all clean, we're just going to put them back in the little thing. In the tray. Make sure you put these back in whatever order you're used to having your paints so that you don't reach for your indigo and get your yellow ochre. Then once you've got them back in, you're going to want to make sure that you tighten up those little tabs on the side so that your paints don't fall out. And then it's ready to go back into the tin. The biggest thing to know about your watercolors is in terms of taking care of them on a day-to-day basis is you want to let them dry completely before you close up your tin. You can get mold in your watercolor paints. Have I had this happen to me personally? No. Only in Crayola, only the Crayola Kids watercolor paints, I did have that happen, but it was because they were closed up before they were totally dry. So leave them open, let them dry out totally, then you can close them up and not have to worry about mold. As far as your brushes go, number one thing, don't let them sit in the water. Don't leave them overnight because you had to go make dinner and you got interrupted. Try not to. Try not to do that. Try to remember to go back and take them out of the water. Better yet, get in the habit of leaving them out of the water while you're painting if you're not currently painting with them. I try not to leave mine in there at all. When you're done painting, you want to rinse it out really well in clean water. If it feels like it needs it, you can rinse it under the tap And then just kind of like form the point back using your fingers and lay it flat to dry. You can put it in like a cup and do it this way if you want to, or you can just lay it flat. I think either is fine. Some people will tell you definitely lay it flat. I don't always do that. Sometimes I put it in the cup. We listen and we don't judge. There is also a brush cleaner, and I don't know where it is. I had it, I don't know where it is. There is a brush cleaner. It comes in like a little pot, and you just like swish this around in the soap, the cleaner, and then you just rinse it off gently and use your fingers to get all the soap out of it, reform the tip, and again, lay it flat or don't. Point up. And let it dry. So those are really the things to know about your brushes. And I feel like that's it, right? Like what else? What other questions? What other questions do you have? If there are more, let me know in the comments and we can come back and do a round 2. But hopefully this will help you keep your watercolor supplies really nice for a long time.